Yo, sorry. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Wait!
Oh, let's go.
Listen, congratulations.
This is going to be the toughest fight of his career.
Shut up, relax.
The most embarrassing fight of his career.
There's a chair across your face.
Yeah, I think he's about to cry.
Tyson Fury joining Jake Paul's training camp sends a direct and powerful message to Anthony Joshua. Fury's presence alone changes the entire atmosphere. This isn't for show, it's a carefully planned strategy. Now Jake Paul is getting insight, guidance, and mentorship from a heavyweight legend, putting even more pressure on AJ.
Both like, whoever loses is pretty much fucked, I'd say. Because I've had a lot to say. It's like me. When you speak a lot of shit, you gotta back it up. And now it's time for the big boys to do it. Get it on!
Lawrence Oakley confirms that Jake Paul is stepping into deep waters, especially with a world-class heavyweight like Anthony Joshua in front of him. With Tyson Fury now working in Paul's camp, the preparation has become even more intense. Paul isn't learning basic boxing anymore, he's absorbing elite timing, strategy, and power awareness, giving him a genuine chance to challenge AJ.
I think, hats off to both of them for getting very well paid. I do want to go in and work with Jake Paul in preparation for this fight and preparation for mine. It'll be good to. I need to know what he sees that makes him think this is a good idea. That's what I'm ready.
Carl Froch lays out the truth with complete clarity. For AJ, Jake Paul looks like an easy payday. Fury joining the camp has definitely increased the hype, but the experience gap is enormous. Joshua's Olympic pedigree, his power, and his calm, precise fighting style make it clear that stepping into AJ's ring is a steep climb for any YouTuber.
And Anthony Joshua said, Jake or anyone can get this work, no mercy. I took some time out, I'm coming back with the mega show. It's a big opportunity for me, whether you like it or not. I'm here to do massive numbers, have big fights and break every record whilst keeping cool, calm and collected. So chill in it. I mean, come on, he's jumping in with fake Paul, who has no experience, no fights, and no world ranking at heavyweight. Easy work.
Eddie Hearn also acknowledges that Jake Paul's work ethic isn't like an average fighter's. Fury's involvement brings more pressure, but Paul is quietly sharpening his technique, discipline, and confidence. Hearn admits Paul's natural talent has limits, but his dedication makes him unpredictable. Still, against AJ's elite skill set, the odds remain completely against him.
Easy night's work, and it would be massive. And Jake's smart. Look, I know that we have our back and forth. Jake's improving as a fighter, and you have to respect the fact that he's dedicated not just to the business, but also to the hard graft of boxing. I still don't think he's particularly good, but he's a decent.
According to Duke McKenzie, Anthony Joshua's training adjustments will be crucial. While Jake Paul is being guided by Fury, AJ is fine-tuning his own preparation. This matchup has turned into a clash of strategies. Joshua's disciplined routine and focused training show that he's ready to neutralize any new advantage Paul might gain.
Is Joshua training with the Usyk camp now?
Yeah, he's training with the Usyk camp.
If he's training with the Usyk camp and there's a marked improvement on his performance, he can quite easily clean up again.
Devin Haney is genuinely surprised by Paul's boldness. Facing a proven heavyweight like AJ, especially with Fury's camp behind him, is no small step. The gap in skill, power, and experience is massive, making this one of the highest risk and most unpredictable matchups in modern boxing.
I'm surprised that Jake took the fight rather than Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has fought the best fighters in the world. He's a solidified champion. But I'm surprised that Jake took the fight and is fighting a guy that's so dangerous like Anthony Joshua. So I got to take my hat off to him. Because we were saying that he's fighting this person past their prime, this person's old and this and whatnot, and now he's fighting.
Spencer Oliver warns that even a few rounds could be dangerous for Paul. AJ's power and accuracy are unforgiving, and the risk to Paul's health is very real. Fury may help polish Paul's technique, but surviving Joshua's punches is still a massive challenge, one that can't be taken lightly.
The worry for me would be that if Jake Paul would be able to get through a few rounds and then it could be a danger to his health because there is
you know, ramifications from taking blows like that off Anthony Joshua. But I think the fight could be done quite quickly. And when you're talking about the dangers and death and all that, I don't see it like that, because I don't think that Jake Paul will be out hanging.
Carl Frampton states plainly that Anthony Joshua's dominance should be decisive. Against an inexperienced fighter like Jake Paul, 1 round might be all Joshua needs. Fury's guidance will help Paul to some degree, but AJ's speed, power, and championship experience make the likely outcome obvious.
Do you think it doesn't harm AJ?
I don't think it does harm.
Why?
Because I just think he goes and if it's a real fight, he'd go and blow him away in a round. That's the end.
But if he doesn't do him in a round, is that?
Gareth F. Davies says Jake Paul is stepping completely beyond his league. He's been fighting cruiserweight level opponents, while Anthony Joshua is an elite, heavy-hitting heavyweight. The comparison to Usyk highlights AJ's technique, stamina, and power, things Paul has never faced. Even seasoned pros struggled against Joshua over 10 rounds. For Paul, this fight is a massive risk. Imagining him standing toe-to-toe with a top-tier heavyweight feels unreal. This isn't just a challenge, it's a full leap into the deep end of professional boxing.
I completely agree with Ben. I mean, that's the biggest issue with the fight. You know, let's be fair. Jake Paul is an area level fighter, British area level fighter. That's where he's at as a cruiserweight. He's stepping in against a very big heavyweight who's a massive puncher. Just go back to the second fight with Alexander Usyk. Look how great Alexander Usyk has become. And you go back and look at some of the highlights of Joshua's attacks on Usyk and gave him a real...
Tyson Fury's stance is straightforward and measured. He doesn't dwell on past issues, instead, he evaluates Paul's bold move objectively, calling it a 50-50 situation. Fury acknowledges Paul's unpredictability, but he also knows the huge experience and power gap AJ brings. Working with Paul may sharpen his strategy, but the danger remains real. Joshua is not an ordinary opponent. Fury's confidence in Paul's preparation clashes with reality. This matchup is high risk, high reward, a dramatic collision between an influencer and an elite heavyweight guided by one of boxing's biggest figures.
Do you regret the Joshua fight not happening?
No, I don't. I don't regret anything. Life's too short for regrets.
What do you think it's Jake Paul calling him out?
I think it's a good fight. I think it's a real 50-50 fight.
Alexander Usyk does not sugarcoat anything. He reminds everyone that AJ is a decorated, world-class boxer whose abilities demand respect. Paul, on the other hand, is still finding his way in professional boxing. Usyk's blunt assessment exposes the truth. Fighting AJ isn't entertainment, it's a major career risk. Fans may hype Paul's bravery and Fury's guidance, but Joshua's experience, Olympic pedigree, and skill make this a mismatch on paper. This is high-stakes combat, not a celebrity spectacle.
Last fight, it's great. Because Anthony is Olympic champion, Francis Ngannou, it's second fight for boxing.
Jake Paul's message is full of confidence and psychological warfare. He's intentionally targeting Anthony Joshua's mindset, accusing him of folding under pressure. This isn't simple trash talk, it's a strategic mental tactic. Jake knows AJ relies on discipline and focus, so he's trying to disrupt that early. Fans are divided, some find Paul's attitude funny or arrogant, while others see the calculated mind games. But the truth is simple, words alone won't carry Paul through more than 10 rounds against an Olympic gold medalist with knockout power. The clip captures all the tension, hype, and danger surrounding this fight.
Genuinely sorry. I want to apologize in advance because I know the emotional turmoil you're going to go through. You're going to go into hiding. That's who you are. You love to go and hide. And so that's what's going to happen.
Duke McKenzie makes it crystal clear. This fight is a huge mismatch in size, skill, and experience. AJ is a world-class heavyweight with real knockout power and refined technique. Paul is still far from elite competition, and McKenzie stresses this repeatedly. The risk isn't only from punches, it's the physical and mental gap between them. Facing an 18-stone champion is a career-defining gamble for a much smaller fighter. Celebrity boxing hype is one thing, but professional combat is another. McKenzie reminds everyone that once you step into the ring, followers don't matter, skill and preparation do. That's why many experts call this matchup reckless for Paul.
I don't believe to fight Anthony Joshua, It's not like he's beaten, 4 or 5, top line heavyweights, other heavyweights. I don't believe he's boxed any heavyweights.
Derek Chisora gives a sharp, no-nonsense analysis. He warns AJ not to underestimate Jake Paul despite his inexperience. He even references Joshua's quick knockout of Francis Ngannou, implying that if Paul lasts too long, critics will question AJ. The stakes are high. If the fight drags on unnecessarily, Joshua's reputation could take a hit. Chisora emphasizes that AJ must deliver a clean, decisive performance. Paul might be confident, but confidence won't protect him from AJ's experience and power. In the heavyweight division, only precision and decisive action matter.